process is to comply the requirements for clinical testing and other necessary prerequisite to make the FAI available and safe to use by the public. This could be a ray of hope to discover the cure for the COVID-19 pandemic. Drug to be registered and officially announced as the viral injection license to operate, which means that the establishment is now a legitimate medical facility that can produce legally with drugs to cure the coronavirus. Released a statement that Fabunan antiviral injection have not yet applied for registration with Food and Drugs Administration. In addition, the Fabunan Medical Clinic also revealed and shared to the public the approval to prove their claim.
Importing all preferences from home interface.
Isang maikling talakayan lang. Sa makailang ulit at maraming beses na tayo nagsama sa mga talakayan, mga kapatid, doon sa mga nakaraan nating mga videos, ating pinag-usapan ang iba't ibang mga kaganapan, mga progreso ng pagsusulong dito sa Fabunan FAI na ito. Hindi lingid sa kaalaman ninyo, mga kapatid, na isa ako sa masugid na nagsusulong, no, para maaprubahan na itong gamot na ito, na pinaniniwalaan ko at pinaniniwalaan ng marami at maraming doktor sa Pilipinas na posibleng ang makagamot at makagaling dito sa sakit na kumakalat na to sa mundo ngayon, mga kapatid. Marami nang nakapagpatunay, mga testimonya ng mga taong napagaling nito, mga patotoo ng maraming eksperto na ang gamot na ito ay mahigit 30 taon nang ginagamit at nakapagpapagaling ng mga sakit na dengue, ng HIV, SARS, mga kagat ng aso, snake bites, at iba pa, na meron din mga kahalintulad na components ng sakit ng coronavirus. Bukod pa sa mga kaukulang dokumento na isinumite ng mga Fabunan doctors para mapabilis at umusad ang pagpapa-aproba sa FDA at DOH ng gamot na ito, at nang masubukan na kung gaano ka-epektibo o epektibo nga ba dito sa sakit na kumakalat na ito. Nangako ko sa inyo, mga kapatid, na hindi tayo magsasawang mangalap ng mga kaukulang impormasyon at mga datos tungkol sa progreso at mga susunod pang kaganapan tungkol sa pagpapa-aproba ng gamot na ito. At eto nga't ngayong araw na ito, meron na namang ngayong bagong artikulo na lumabas. Hindi ko na babanggitin sa inyo kung saang artikulo ito, dahil just as usual, hindi ito na-i-air sa primetime media. At hayaan niyong ibahagi ko sa inyo ngayon, mga kapatid, ang laman ng artikulong ito. Marami nang napaturok sa Fabunan doctors at ligtas na sa virus. Ito'y sa buong Zambales. Sana all. Yun yung nakalagay doon. Isipin ninyo to, kung ang FDA at DOH ay matutulungan ang mga doctors para labanan ang COVID, malamang hindi lang mga taga Zambales ang magiging ligtas sa pandemya. FIB and FAI, dalawang gamot na ginagamit sa Zambales Fabunan doctors laban kay virus. Yung number 1, yung FIB or yung Fabunan Immune Booster, ito ay matatawag rin na vaccine. Okay? Ito'y ginagamit para ito sa mga walang virus pa, para hindi ka na madapuan ng sakit na ito. Parang yun, yung bakuna na nga. Pangalawa, yung Fabunan Antiviral Injection o yung FAI. Ito naman ay itinuturok din sa mga infected na, dahil papatayin niya mismo ang virus na ito sa loob ng iyong katawan. So, ligtas ka na sa mga susunod na araw. At ang instead na gagastusin ng mga infected ng virus sa hospital na 200,000 to 1 million pesos, sa treatment ng Fabunan ay umaabot lang ng humigit kumulang 1,000 hanggang 3,000 piso lang ang gagastusin. At ito pang maganda, kapag nakita ng mga Fabunan na walang gagastusin ang pasyente, hindi na po nila sinisingil itong mga to. Right, ganyan po kalaki at busilak ang puso ng mga Fabunan doctors. Kaso, ang problema ay ang DOH, FDA, at ang maging ang media, hindi ito ipinapaalam sa ating lahat. Kung bakit, ay hindi natin alam. Ngayon, papayag ba tayo na naka-lockdown na lang tayo lagi, samantalang meron namang gamot na talaga na sariling atin? Matatandaan na nag-apply na ang Fabunan doctor sa FDA dahil gusto talaga nilang tumulong. Naibigay na ang lahat ng mga requirements na kahit nagpapasikip na ito, pero anong pinapalabas? Wala pa rin daw, hindi pa rin daw kumpleto ang requirements. Halatang may humaharang. Instead na pabilisin ang pag-a-approve para magkaroon na ng clinical testing, pinapasikip pa masyado at dinidelay ang progreso at proseso nito. Ang mga taga-Zambales ay talagang blessed dahil meron silang Fabunan doctors doon, mga kapatid, na nag-aasikasong labanan ng pandemya. Tayo sa ibang mga lugar, ligtas bang kagaya nila? Hindi. Dahil kahit gusto na tumulong ng mga Fabunans, hinaharangan ito para hindi masyadong makita ni Tatay Digong. Araw-araw na lang bang gagawin ng DOH ang magbilang ng infected cases instead na pabilisin ang pag-aproba sa Fabunan doctors na solusyonan ang pandemya sa bansa? Araw-araw ay may nai-infect at may namamatay sa sakit na to. Pero bakit slow motion ang galawan? Bakit yung ibang mga gamot na galing sa ibang bansa nabibigyan ng pagkakataon na maidaan sa clinical testing and still hindi pa rin pasado? We don't need any issues here. We just need a Fabunan doctors sa critical situation na to. Galaw-galaw din DOH at FDA. I-approve nyo na yung Fabunan kesa pahirapan yung mga yan para makapag-umpisa na at para naman matapos na tayo sa lockdown. Maawa tayo sa ating mga kababayan. Mga kapatid, yan po yung laman ng artikulo na umiikot na po sa social media. Definitely, it's quite obvious na kaya ito i-share at umiikot sa social medias ay para makaabot na rin po sa kinauukulan sa ating Presidente Rodrigo Duterte. Ako, 10 ng aking mga kasamahan ng mga OFW at batid kong kayo rin mga kapatid ay naniniwala sa lakas at puwersa ng social media. Okay, bagay na siya ring naging dahilan sa pagkakaluklok ng ating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Dito lang tayo aagapay mga kapatid.
When they drop a bomb there, so powerful that it also kills others.
But you are not America. Do you feel sorry for? Do you
but
feel
we
sorry?
are talking of human liability. So it doesn't say that because the Americans are exempted, and that's because I am just a small time government official. I am not exempted. So what's the fairness there? No. When they drop bombs, they kill so many villages, and there's not even a whimper. America invaded Iraq. What was the excuse? That there were weapons of mass destruction. And yet when they invaded Iraq, so many people were killed. So where is justice now?
So I think it's really hard to avoid.
Meaning to say, justice has to be equal. It cannot be a justice for one and justice for another set of standards for two. It has to be equal.
Is that the reason why you turn away from America?
Yes, because they refuse to understand my predicament when they knew that they were also in the same predicament on a larger scale. I never in America, what? Remember Panama? Okay. They invaded Panama, a sovereign state. Okay, in Central America. So, what was the purpose there? They went inside, seized the country, arrested the president, brought him outside the country, placed him in a detention cell in New York. He faced a trial federal court and is convicted. What happened to the invasion? And what was the reason? Drugs. You invade a country. Me, I'm just fighting the criminals in my country. I never invaded a country. You have to look at it this way. There is so much incongruity in the principles that are being followed by nations. The powerful ones, they can invent this weapon of mass destruction. Oh, we can invade your country. Me, I never touch anybody. I do not even go to the United States. And then they criticize me for the criminals that I have killed.
Your relations with the previous U.S. administration were far from perfect. Will you give Trump's administration a chance?
I think that Trump is very good. He's a regular guy. He's pragmatic, very practical. The previous administration was a source of irritation and source of so many conflicts, not really in terms of war, but in terms of relationships. The other administration destroyed all of this, the goodwill and even relationships with Russia and relationships with the Philippines. And it's not an easy job to be just, when there's a new guy in town, you just say everything is forgotten. They have the Congress that is not in full accord with the U.S. President. And they're still fighting right now, threatening even to impeach President Trump. America is a hard act to follow. Sometimes you are in good terms. For example, Trump, he says that he agrees with me. And he thinks that I'm doing it the right way. And even he, about 2 weeks ago, announced that he's going to get tough against the drug lords and everybody who is into drugs. You could almost find the similar words between my mouth and Trump's mouth. But you know, those things that we ordered and those things that we expect to be delivered is being hampered because it is equally, the powers of the president is subject also to the checks and balances of Congress. And sometimes he is paralyzed. He himself now even finds himself maybe not really in big trouble, but in trouble. I have nothing against America. We're perfectly all right. Trump is my friend. But my foreign policy has shifted from what of that pro-Western. I now have this working alliance with China, and I hope to establish a good working relations with Russia. Why? Because Western world, EU and everything, they have this double talk.
Do you think your society will support this idea? Because there are intensive ties within the society with America historically. Do you think you will have support of the people?
If there is anything to gripe for, it is me griping for. Why did you invade my country 50 years ago? Sat on this land and live off with the fat of the land. And you expect me to be happy?
You are so angry. I can feel it.
Yeah. You treat me as if I am your colony still? You must be kidding. Why would I allow it? Why would I allow you to treat me as if I am your representative here as a colonial governor? We are an independent country. We will survive. We will endure. We can go hungry. But this time, I want my country treated with dignity.
So you once said that you don't want America in your country. So you were serious.
Yes, I said no. I said American troops. That one day during my term, if I survive the CIA, oh no, If I survive the CIA, I have stayed 5
You
years.
talk a lot about assassination. Do you really expect that to happen?
They do it. Does it surprise you?
Are you worrying?
They can
Are you afraid of your life?
They can even pluck a president out of his country and force him to face trial in another country.
What should happen so that it improves? Are you waiting for an apology? Let's say, will it work?
No, that's not. I don't want that thing to happen.
So what may help?
It's enough that I respect Trump. He's a friend, and he is welcome to come here on November. But if I'm talking about arms, if I'm talking about mutual defense regarding ISIS, I'd rather, in my preliminary talks with President Putin, I got a favorable response. I hope we can convert it to something substantial. Because it is only Russia and China who can be relied with their words. America is double talk. The left hand does not know what the right hand is doing, because I said the arms are suspended and the Senate has not really agreed, or they're still debating on it, whether to give us the arms or not. My country is fighting terrorism. How long can I wait? Until such time that we are on bended knees? It might be too late. For after all, if I do not act now, and so with the drug problem, if my country collapses, who will bring it back? The United States? Russia sells arms. He does not impose she does not impose any conditions. When Russia sells the arms, he says the arms, you need it, I will give it to you. That's a known fact. You do not attach conditions. A straight negotiation, if you're ready to help, we'll say, okay, we'll help, we'll give you this. And can you do that with America? No. Because the president says he will give you, and the State Department said no. And then his Congress, we said, no, he's a human rights violator, so we keep a distance. And then, if that is the case, so be it. I will not hanker for it on bended knees. I will not ask for mercy for that alone.